Hi everyone, welcome back or welcome in. If you are new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video today, please consider commenting down below and liking this video because those actions really help me grow on YouTube as a small content creator. Today's video is a super simple, easy tutorial for doing eyeshadow with very few products and requiring no previous makeup knowledge. I walk you through step by step how I get this look right here. So it starts out with just two eyeshadows, and absolutely you can stop at that point in the video, or you can continue on with me to the shimmer shadow that I have on my eyes today to see the completed look that can really take you from day to night for any occasion that I can possibly think of. So let's go ahead and jump right in. As you can tell, I have already done the rest of my makeup because today is really just focusing specifically on this easy eyeshadow technique. I will have all of the products that are on my face listed down in the description box below in case you're curious. So when it comes to supplies for this type of eyeshadow technique, my favorite is to have a blending brush like this one. This is from Profusion Cosmetics and it's the ES2 brush. And I like this one because it's fluffy, but you can see that it's flatter on this side and kind of a little more narrow on the edge. And so for my particular eye shape, that just really helps me get deep into this crease here. And then I also like to have this brush, but this is completely optional. I like a small little smudger brush like this. And this is the Morphe M213 brush, but anything just with short bristles that's nice and dense will help us when we're kind of blending anything in on this outer corner here, or if you wanted to use your eyeshadow as an eyeliner, which I'll show you today as well. So two brushes, I would say this one is required and this one is optional depending on how detailed you want to get with your eyeshadow look. And this look today only requires two eyeshadows, and then if you're wanting to amp it up a little bit more, I do add a third eyeshadow at the end just so you can see what that option looks like. But the two shadows that you're going to want are going to be one shade or two shades darker than your natural skin tone to add in the crease, and then a shade that's a few shades deeper than that one for adding some definition to your outer corner. And then if you do want to follow along into the third step, it's going to be any type of shimmer shade for your lid. So if you already have an eyeshadow palette or single eyeshadows or cream shadows that follow those requirements, so two shades darker than your skin for the crease and then a couple shades darker than that for this outer corner, then don't feel the necessity to go out and buy anything new to follow along with this tutorial. But if you're looking for some recommendations for good starter eyeshadow palettes, I have two suggestions here. And the first is the Going Coconuts palette from ColourPop. And the reason that I like this is because they have three matte shades here that would all work in the crease for most people around my skin tone or a little bit deeper. And then they have this dark brown shade that works perfectly as an outer corner shade. And then they have three shimmer shades down the middle here, and this one on mine is broken, so sorry about that. But these three shimmer shades here give you a variety of options. They all can follow the same exact technique that I'm doing today, and you can really change up your look by having three distinct options. The other really nice thing about that Going Coconuts palette is that it's all neutral shades, and so you're not having to worry about whether this shade matches another one in the palette. They all go together seamlessly. Now, if you're looking for something that gives you a few more options and will kind of give you a little bit more to play with as you learn and grow in your makeup skills, I really recommend this Milani Pure Passion eyeshadow palette. So you get a few more colors in here than in the ColourPop one, and it's a wider range of shades. So you do still have that mid-tone brown and that deeper color that we'll use on the outer corner, and those are going to be the two that I use today in this tutorial. But you also get a pink as an option for your crease color. You get some warmer tones, you get kind of a berry tone, and then you have just tons of shimmer shade options for your lid if you want to go that route. So I'm using this one today, but again, feel free to follow along with anything you have at home already. All right, so starting off here, I'm going to be taking that fluffy brush that I mentioned, and I'm going to be using this shade in the center here, which is Totally Fawn of You if you're following along with the same palette. And I am just going to swirl my brush in there a few times. And then I take the brush and I tap off the excess, and you can see that kind of plume that went up there. That's just all extra eyeshadow. And so the key to good eyeshadow technique is really to apply powders in really small layers and just build it up if you need more depth. So I tap off all the extra, and then I take the brush, and for my particular eye shape, I like to have this brush kind of with the flat edge in my crease, and I just kind of blend in circular motions back and forth across my whole crease. And then once I have less product on this brush, so again, I haven't dipped back in and I tapped off all the extra, I just take that shadow and start blending kind of up and out from that crease. So I'm trying to keep most of the shadow above that deepest part of my eye socket, because that's going to give the illusion of larger eyes. So I just blend up and out from there, leaving a little space between where I'm putting the shadow and my actual eyebrow. And for an everyday look, I would potentially stop here. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that can just really add just enough definition to your face for an everyday look that you honestly don't have to go any further if you feel like that's good to go. I do want you to just see this eye with nothing in comparison to this eye with just that one shade is a huge difference. Okay, and I switched to my little small brush here, and I'm gonna pick up this deepest shade in the palette. You don't have to pick up one this dark if you don't want to. You can always go something a little more mid-toned, or you could even pick up the same shade you've already used and do these steps as well if you're wanting to keep it really monochromatic. But I'm gonna add a little bit of drama. I'm gonna dip this straight in, so my brush is gonna go just straight in on the top of this brush. Again, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna just add this on this outer corner here, almost like I'm doing eyeliner, but only on the outer, I'd say a little more than 2/3 of my eye. And I'm gonna do that 1 or 2 times until I feel like there's enough shadow there that I can start moving it around a little bit. So now that I've got a little bit of that deeper shadow, I'm going back to my first brush, and I'm just blending that kind of up and out and into my crease in the same motions that I was using before. So I kind of blend outwards and upward. And again, that just adds a little bit of extra definition here. Now, I don't feel like I got quite enough for my taste, so I am going back in with my brush. I'm still gonna tap off the excess, but I'm gonna go ahead and actually add it just a little higher than I did last time. Because again, I'm just trying to show you options that kind of amp it up slowly. So it's okay if it looks a little messy like this right now, because this blending brush is just exactly for those awkward edges. It's gonna help you blend them out and make it look really seamless. So I just blend that now, again, out and up. And there you go. I think that that looks really nice. I have that mid-tone shade in my crease here, and then I just have that deeper shade on the outer edge, and really nice and diffused, so there's no harsh lines, nothing too intense going on, but it adds a lot of definition to this outer corner of my eye, making it look bigger, and keeping this inner corner here, my natural skin tone, also makes my eyes look larger. So again, depending on your preferences, you could absolutely stop here, but I'm gonna show a couple options here that just take this to the next level if you're interested. So my first tip for kind of amping this up even a little bit more is going to be going back to your fluffy brush, dipping it into just a combination of those 2 colors we've already used. Again, tapping off that excess really well, and then just pinching your brush so that it's nice and long this way, and adding that shadow very subtly to about the outer 2/3 of your bottom lash line, and connecting that back up to your top colors that you've got going on your top lash line. And again, that just adds one more step of definition. My next suggestion, still sticking with all these same tools and colors that we've already used, is to take this flat brush that we used earlier, dip it into your deepest shade, again just getting it on the very edge of that brush, tapping it off, and then dragging that just a little further in to your lash line here and using it as an alternative to an eyeliner. So if you like eyeliner and you're comfortable applying it, maybe you don't need to do this step. But if you are intimidated by eyeliner or you want something a little more subtle, this can be a really great option to, again, increase that definition of your eye just slightly, but still maintaining kind of this more casual and user-friendly approach with minimal products. And then last but certainly not least is my recommendation that will take this look right here from an everyday, very nice, all matte eyeshadow look into something that would be perfect for any special occasion, for going out, for any time that you just want to add a little extra sparkle and shine to your look. I would highly recommend adding a shimmer shadow to your eyelid. So if you already have some sort of eyeshadow palette like this, any of the shades in this top row or this third row down would work great. And as I mentioned with the Going Coconuts palette, anything in that middle column is wonderful. But if you don't already have a shimmer eyeshadow in something that you own currently, you can absolutely go out to the store and just pick out a single eyeshadow from many, many different brands that sell them. And you would just need to buy the one shadow that you like, and it can be pretty much any tone that you think complements the colors that are already on your eye. And in this case, I know that I love this shade up here, so that's the one I'm going to use today. And if you're following along, this one is Afterglow, and I just dip my finger straight in, swirl it around a little bit. So once I've got that shimmer shadow on my finger, I just place it on my eyelid in a tapping and slightly dragging motion in all the places on my eyelid where we didn't already put shadow. So I'm not going to put it all the way out here in the corner, and I'm not going to put it in the crease because we've already got those areas covered. And you can see that that really took the eye look from just a nice everyday casual look into something a little bit more special. So a super simple optional extra step there, but I thought I would show it for those of you who are interested in knowing how to take these simple steps that I've shown you today and really use them for honestly any occasion that I can possibly think of. So I'm going to go ahead and catch up this other eye off camera, add mascara, and I'll be back for some final thoughts. All right, I am back with the completed look on both eyes. And I really hope that this showed you that you can get a beautiful eyeshadow look that goes from day to night flawlessly with a few tools, a few products, and just knowing the right tips and tricks. If you enjoyed this video today, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel, comment on this video, and like this video down below. All of those actions really help me grow as a smaller creator on YouTube. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.